Redneck Garage. Well, as it starts to get colder, there's things you got to do to your vehicles, check the antifreeze, all that kind of stuff. But today I wanted to talk about something very specific, and that is your battery. Now, your battery is subject to cold weather, and we're going to go through a little bit of stuff about batteries. But first I thought we'd talk about what's a battery made of, how is it made, why does it work this way, maybe just give you something that you didn't know about batteries, and we'll take a gander at the inside of one of these little suckers, and then maybe we can figure out why they're over $100 a piece for just a big hunk of plastic and some lead. So let's take a look at the battery itself. This is an economy battery. Now, I've taken the liberty of taking this thing apart and sawing the top off so we can take a look at what comprises the inside of your stinking battery, what causes them to fail, what's the problems with them, and how you can keep them from going bad sooner and keep them as long as you can, because battery warranties, truthfully, suck. They're just terrible. Now, when we look at the battery, you can see on the top you've got your top positive and your negative post, and you've got a bar that runs all the way across. All automotive batteries have 6 compartments, right? And they're comprised of plates on the inside. So we'll slide her on open and take a look. Now, in every battery, you have plates. And this is one side of the plate, and there's another side of the plate. The two sides of the plate, one is going to be lead peroxide on one side and sponge lead on the other. This is the sponge lead, and it makes up the positive side of it. And on the other side, you can kind of see this here. That's just porous lead. Now, these two plates are immersed in sulfuric acid, and the sulfuric acid causes a chemical reaction between the two plates to generate electricity. And as the electricity flows in and out, your sulfuric acid will have more sulfuric acid in and less, because as it discharges, the sulfuric acid will be in the plate, and then when it charges back up, it pushes the sulfuric acid out of the plate. This is a real simplified thing, but that's basically how it works. Now, you can imagine when the battery is completely discharged, the sulfuric acid is much more what? Water! So that's a concern. Let's take a look at the top. That thin plastic right there is basically just a separator. Okay, so if you look at this plate, you can see that these plates are all curved back and forth, and they're not straight whatsoever. So this battery, even if we tried to charge it up, would be completely bad because the plates are jacked up. One of the biggest problems with the batteries, especially in the wintertime, is if you allow the battery to go dead, guess what? You've got a lot of water content in there. Now, normally batteries, if they're charged up, will be good for like 30 degrees below zero, maybe a little bit more. But when they're completely discharged, you can be looking at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. This thing's going to freeze. What happens is, where there's water in there, where it used to have sulfuric acid, that water will start to expand because it's frozen. That will push the plates back and forth and cause them to short out, and then your battery is completely what we call a boat anchor. It's just junk. So if your cars are outside during the winter, you better dang sure make sure that they stay charged up. Otherwise, as soon as they freeze, and the next spring, you're going to be going down to AutoZone, Walmart, get on the internet, wherever, Amazon, and you're going to buy another battery. So how, you ask? May you keep your batteries in tip-top shape. If you're not driving a vehicle, it's parked outside, it's going to get into freezing. What are you going to do? Let's take a look. Here's the Honda Accord I rebuilt for my son Ethan. He isn't driving it yet, so it's just parked back here, and it doesn't get started up very often. Now, the computer and other things inside the car will cause the battery to go dead, and it's just sitting, so there's no charge being applied to it. So, I've got a link down below, but this is a Black & Decker battery maintainer. You set it over to 12 volts, you plug it in, you put your 2 leads on, and it's going to maintain the battery at the correct voltage and not allow it to get dead. So in the spring, this thing will start right up. If I didn't use this, what would happen is, as soon as that battery got weak, the sulfuric acid goes into the plates, it's water, it'll freeze, it causes it to expand, and it destroys the battery, and it'll be no good. Most of the time, that's what's going to happen. So you keep your battery maintainer plugged in, there you go. Rock, rock. Here's the old Toyota van. I told you that we would be getting it started and getting it moved out, wash it off, get it ready, and we're going to sell this sucker, right? However, one of the problems is the battery, I know, has been in here 2 or 3 years. The battery in this is actually behind the front seat, and there it is. Now, do I think there's any chance that this battery is good? No, I do not. But what we're going to do is we're going to take it out of here, and we're going to see if it'll take a charge, and I can almost guarantee you that it's been frozen, that it's no good, but never hurts to try, right? Now, truthfully, I'm not usually a big Black & Decker fan, but I have used these battery chargers from them, and I actually really do like them. And for the price, they're really, really reasonable. I've got a link down below in the description where I bought this on Amazon, and I've had really good luck with these. It's got an engine start and it's a 0 to 15 amp automatic charger. And you want an automatic battery charger, not a manual one, because you want it to stop charging when it's full. Now I'm going to take a look and see how much voltage we have on the battery just as I took it out. Using my Power Probe 4, which is super cool. We're going to be doing a review of this tool. It is the bomb diggity bomb as far as like any type of electrical testing, meters and stuff like that. So let's take a look on how much voltage is in the battery currently. And it is as dead can be. There is no voltage whatsoever on this battery. Super dead. Now this battery was from May of 2010. That's what that tag means, if you ever wondered. That's when it was manufactured. This battery is about as dead as it could be. Now, if it charges up and starts the van, then great, but I have very little hope that that's the case. Now the battery charger is pretty cool. It's telling me, hey idiot, hook up the battery cables. And they're clipped on the sides. They've got 2 posts built into the charger itself that they hook up to, so that's pretty cool. Well, let's just get it hooked up and then we'll see what we got. Okay, I've got the battery charger hooked up. Red to positive, black to negative. We're going to hit charge. It does not like this battery. Well, it's pretty obvious when I hit charge on this that it's shorted out internally, because it won't even put any charge in it at all. So even though it's got 13.1 volts, the plates won't hold any juice and it's fried. And a lot of times what will happen is the lead will, if it stays for a long time not being charged, the lead gets damaged and it can't take a charge. So that's kind of where we're at. This battery's just shot. Well, my fears have been confirmed. The battery for my van, before I can sell it, has to be replaced. Now, next video is going to be where I found the cheapest battery, and you know what, it was really kind of amazing what I paid for it. And tips, history, a lot of other information about car batteries that you probably didn't know. So stay tuned, keep watching. I appreciate you being a subscriber. If you haven't subscribed, any questions, comments, put it below. Woo! Gonna go spend some money on a battery. I'm David from the Redneck Garage. Key! Turning wrenches.